Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi, everybody, and welcome to our show. Whether you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, remember to hit that subscribe button so if you haven't done so yet, so you'll never miss a show. And if you're on Facebook, just like our page, and you can always sign up for those notifications.
That's right.
Just pops right up. Say hello to my producer, Mr. HP.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Can you hear me? Oh, there you go.
No.
Hi. How you doing?
How are you doing today?
I'm not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
How about you today?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a productive day. I'm very much felt a big weight off my chest this week.
A lot accomplished since we've been back.
A lot accomplished, yes. Which is good.
Which is good.
So we have some great stuff for you today on the show. We are going to be showing you for tip of the day is going to be our building blocks, block number 7. If you're participating in that, we're going to reveal Color Club that we shipped out earlier this month for the month of July. A very special color, close to my heart, and all kinds of other stuff. We're going to talk about FanFest a little bit.
Okay,
but yeah.
That's exciting.
So let's take a look at what's behind us.
What's behind you?
Well, I have my Miriam quilt. So excited about this. This is, of course, for our one-day retreat.
Nice.
So coming up in September, we are sold out of boxes.
What?
So, yes. But if you still want to get these fabrics, you can contact customer service help at GE Quilt Designs, and we can get you the kit, but just not the full box. Sold out.
Sorry.
Sold out.
Sorry.
And I think this is the first that we sell out of the retreat box.
That's great.
And you wonder why we can't sell more retreat boxes, but we can sell kits. It's because there's a lot of other good stuff that goes in that box. And that have to be ordered.
True that.
In good time.
True that.
Behind you, sir. What's behind you? Ooh.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Her name is Ronya.
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 Ronya. This is Ronya.
She is in my new book coming out. Me and Terry's Once Upon a Strip book.
Oh, nice.
It is officially, look at her. Oh, so pretty.
Gorgeous.
Actually, we finally have this fabric in-house. So we'll be showing you that a little bit later. But the book is at the printer. And so now we wait. Now we wait. And I know you all want to know, when does it arrive? When does it happen? We are just like you.
When?
We can only anticipate. It can be 3 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
And so It has happened where it's 8 weeks. It has happened where it's just over 2.
Okay.
But we will see.
Who do we have to talk to make it faster?
I don't know, but you can pray to all the things that you think will help, and we would appreciate it. We would appreciate it.
All right.
All right, we have a giveaway at the end of the show, everybody, so make sure you stick around and listen for that giveaway question. Last week's question was, if you could learn any skill instantly, what would it be?
What'd you say?
A lot of people said this about language, learning a language, and now that we're about to leave on our vacation, I would love that. We're hitting up some different countries, so if we could just switch every time we step on a
that would be really cool.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be a brilliant theme. But our winner from last week is
Drum
Sammy Marlis Ronshausen.
Okay.
Congratulations. So Sammy said, learn another language and play music. That's another good one. That'd be fun to if I just picked up the guitar and could just play.
Yeah, me too.
It would be great. But
I
it takes a lot of work too.
Nobody would want to hear what I play.
Oh, really? I would.
Clang, clang.
For right now, no. Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. But make sure you send us an email, Sammy. If you are watching, send us an email to help@GE Quilt Design. We get your little prize out right away.
Come on now.
Right away. So we have lots of folks joining us from today. Did you catch where people are tuning in from? It's always good to hear from you. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Yeah, fun. Lakeland, Minnesota. It's hot in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. It was even hotter than down here.
It's hot
in
everywhere.
Florida.
It's
So
hot. It's hot.
it is hot everywhere, I think. We are headed to Europe, so it is hot there too.
Hi, Kim.
Very hot.
Hi, Darla.
Can't wait for the new book.
All right,
Same,
buddy.
same. Okay, should we dive right into our tip of the day?
Let's go.
This is building blocks, so it's our free program. This is block number 7. We're building a quilt, and the size of the quilt is all based on what size blocks you're going to be making. And this is something that's always going to be available, so you can always catch up, you can always start it. It's just fun, stripologizing some classic blocks and brushing off our skills. And so here it is, block number 7. For block number 7, for our GEasy building blocks, we are going to be trying a new technique, making quarter square triangles and creating a block that's called broken dishes. I created it with 2 colors. You can have them similar tones like I did here, or you can do them in multiple different colors. You can have 2 yellows, 2 reds, whatever you want to do. So these are going to be same size. So QST refers to quarter square triangles. Depending on the size of your block, you're going to be cutting a square from each of the fabrics. So if you're using the same background, you'll be cutting 2 background squares and then 1 square from each of those colors that you're going to be using. Because when we make quarter square triangles, you're going to be making 2 at a time, just like we do with the half square triangles. Now, the technique is found on page 10 here. So when we're making quarter square triangles, the finished size of the block, you're going to need squares that are 1.5 inches larger than a finished size. So that's a great way to remember it. Always refer to this part here. The technique is here. We actually start by making half square triangles, and then we trim that down. Now, I'm going to be using my squared mini ruler. You can also use the Stripology squared or XL for these, depending on the size. Of course, if you're doing the larger sizes, sometimes I recommend, even though you can use the squared mini, I recommend the larger. But the smaller sizes are always going to be great to have that small ruler. So we start off just like we do with our half square triangles as before. I layer my dark and light background and the actual color. I'm going to cut them apart. Then I'm going to sew on those cut edges and press. So I'm going to press towards my darker color. So I press towards the green here. Now, this is just like we do half square triangles. But now we're going to take those and layer them back together, right sides together, making sure that the dark is against the light and vice versa, nesting those seams. And you can feel them nesting together. The outer edges are even. And we're going to cut them apart again. So you can use your ruler, of course. What I always try to do too, I will align my slit that I'm going to cut through. But the second thing I look at, I slide my ruler up or down so that I can use a horizontal line right on that seam. So right now I have this white line on my stitch line. So I know this cut is going to be parallel to that seam. So I'm going to cut this apart here. And then as you cut them apart, you're going to look like this. Let me see. This way. Nope. So they're going to look like this. I'm going to sew those seams together, and that will create the quarter square triangle. Now, when you're pressing these, a really good trick is to press them in a circle, so spinning those seams. So as you sew that last seam here, how I do that is this seam is pressing this way, this one is pressing this way, and then you want to press them both directions. You flip it over, you open up that center, and it creates a little bit of a fort patch in the middle, and then you press it really nice and flat. Now, normally we don't pay attention to, when we're doing these, pay attention to which way we're going to spin. But let me tell you a little secret. When we are sewing them all together like this, having them spin all in the same direction is crucial. So I really recommend doing a little extra step here. It's a little trick. So when we cut these apart and take them to our iron, and I'm gonna cut it this way. So one of these, as I'm sewing here, this one I sew this way. When I sew the other one, before I sew it this way, you'll see that this seam is kind of downwards and this seam is upwards. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my iron and flip these two seams. So they are oriented exactly like this one. So as I sew, that seam is gonna be upwards just like this one. So then when I go to pressing my spin, they're gonna spin the same way. Now, if this is too complicated, don't worry about it. This is just a little extra step to make everything fit nicely together. So once we have our quarter square triangles, we're gonna trim them. Mine for the 9-inch block is gonna trim to a 4.5 inch. So I have my outlined 4.5 inch square. The white square, I'm using the white diagonal dotted lines. I can line them up with the seams on all 4 corners. And then I'm ready to make my trim. Oh, actually, I need to do a 5-inch. Good thing I stopped myself. So I was just looking 4.5 inch finished. They need to be 5 inches trimmed. So a great way to teach you that. 5 inches, we're looking at the black square here. So I'm moving that around and have my black square, 5-inch black square outlined, moving my cutting arrows to the 0 and 5. And now I'm using a black diagonal line one way. It's still white going this way, trimming to 5 inches. That makes more sense. Shouldn't be that much of a trim coming off. Turning and repeat. So now we have, once you do this, you should have 2 of each color, 2 light and 2 dark. And now it's time to sew it all together. Now, first you want to just take your half square triangles. Now we're going to alternate the colors just like here. So I have my dark one and my light one like this. And as you can see, because I turned those seams, when you lay these together, these seams are gonna nest really nicely. You're gonna sew along one side, and I pressed one way towards either one. I pressed towards the lighter one in this case, and I will press towards the lighter one on the other, and then all we gotta do is sew the 2 units together, matching that, having fun matching that seam in the middle. But because we nested all those seams, we spun our seams all the same way. When these sew together, everything is gonna nest really nicely, and I'm sure you're gonna end up with a beautiful broken dishes block that is gonna look approximately like this. That block is so simple, but I always love that form, that hourglass block, or if you want to call it a quarter square triangle. I just love it. Love it, love it. And easy peasy to do it this way, the Stripology way. Now, we're going to move right along into our Color Club. So Color Club for the month of July, this is our subscription, our only monthly subscription that ships out every 5th of the month. And for July, I choose a special color theme. We pick 4 fabrics that are all basics, tone-on-tone basics that work as a blender to blend in with anything else you have going on as far as fabric. And so we all use these blenders. And those of you that have been loyal subscribers to Color Club, first of all, shout out. And I just have so much fun with this every single month. And here is our July collection. Now, I didn't get the fabrics in time, so Jody stepped in and did the reveal for me, filmed it. But we're going to talk a little bit about it after the video. So here's Jody with our July Color Club.
It's time for this month's Color Club reveal, and I'm super excited to reveal this month's Color Club. So let's get started. And it is, I'm going to be secretive here, Dandelion. So here we have these beautiful yellows. Let's go ahead and open that up and get started. So you, of course, every Color Club you get this really great little pamphlet in there. And so here's our inspo photo for you. In the United States, we actually treat a dandelion as a weed, but in Iceland, they're actually considered as part of their, my words are not coming to me anyways, but anyways, it's native to their country, sorry. So let's show the fabrics and we'll get into it. So the first one I have is, of course, we have a Hema in the knit, and this is, of course, called Dandelion. I love this yellow, it's so pretty. And then we have the dimples in Raja, I think that's how we say it. And this one is just getting a little bit lighter. You got more of a gold here. We've got a little bit lighter here in the dimples. And then this really cool, it's an RJR fabric. It's called Hand Spray. And I just love the texture in here, the different tones of yellow. And the last one is a Riley Blake fabric called Grass Cloth. And here again, they do just such a great job picking out all these different textures and an array of colors to really give you that. Now I know in my sewing room that yellow is, if you look at my wall, I have the least amount of yellow in there. So we've got Grass Cloth and Saffron. We have Hand Spray. We have Dimples in Raja, and we have the Hema knit in Dandelion. So we do have 1 yards of all of these. So we have 1 yards in the Hema knit Dandelion. We have a 1 yard in the Dimples Raja. And then we have a 1 yard in the Hand Spray Yellow and Submarine. I think that's super fitting. And the Grass Cloth cottons in the Saffron. So these colors are super great for accents or using in there, but you'll see on the back, on the inside, it gives you some ideas about what to use with it, like different tones and the pairings that go with it. It also gives you some quilt samples and then descriptions of the fabric and similar basics that you could use with it. So we want to give you some ideas of bundles that you can actually use with your Color Club, and I went through and I picked out a couple. So one of them is Day Spring, and I like the Day Spring because it does have yellow in it, but it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different yellow, and I felt like you could really take one of these, like this one, and add that in. It would go really well. You could add a brighter color yellow to that to kind of bring out a pop of color. And then we have Bally Song. That was another one. I thought bringing in a yellow would be great as an accent. It would really pop out on these darker colors in the back. And the next one I picked out is really interesting. I love this bundle. It's called Chanting Meadow. It's by Sarah Patterson for Sewing Sanctuary. There isn't a ton of yellow in here, but there are pops of yellow which would go really well. And I think that the color tones in this bundle would really would be able to use some of this yellow to really pop out the yellow pieces that are in the bundle. So definitely something different to try. And then we have Radiant by Amaryllis Henderson for Moda Fabrics. Again, just really adding to the yellow pieces that are in the bundle to kind of like pump it up a little bit. And then Scenery, Of course, we have to have this one. You could add a couple of these yellows in here to kind of add some more yellow to it, so you kind of have an even amount in the bundle. Plus, these are more basic-like, so it would go really well with the different textures in there. And so that is our pull for this month's Color Club called Dandelion.
Now, of course, dandelions are not just an Iceland thing, but we have tons of them, and they grow very, very well everywhere. And they grow big dandelions. As a matter of fact, on our tour just last month, we found some. And since I knew what we were going to be featuring for our Color Club, I had to take a little photo. So this, of course, is a unique deep gold color, and always a little pop of gold is so good in so many projects. So let me know if you like the dandelion. I know you probably don't like dandelions in your lawn, but I have to tell you something. When you're driving through the countryside and you just see these whole hills and fields just yellow, it's just pretty. Yeah, I know it's kind of a bane in most people's existence, but it's just pretty. Pretty colors. I'd like to see colors. Yeah, Lynn says dandelions in Iceland are huge. They are huge. It's the perfect climate for them.
Someone said someone makes dandelion wine.
Ooh. I don't know what that would taste like.
Uncle in the States makes great dandelion wine.
Okay. Well, now I'm going to have to go into a deep dive on dandelion wine. Yeah, that sounds interesting. All right, so let me see. Love the variety of textures in this Color Club. Oh, that's great. We always try to do different textures, different hues, a little bit of the color that we chose. So it's not all the same, so you can have some variety when you're picking. And sometimes if you need an accent color or something, sometimes it's good to mix a few in to use throughout the same project. It just gives a little bit of texture. You're still staying within the same tone. Love the Color Club Bright and Cheery. We appreciate that. All right, let's talk about our FanFest. Time is ticking. Yes, it's ticking. And we are now just about 2 months, less than 2 months, right?
Yep.
Less than 2 months from our FanFest. This is our big in-person event. Takes place at our warehouse. So we kick off the fun right away on Thursday, September 10th. And then the event goes through Saturday the 12th, which is on that Saturday we do our big tent sale outside with some great deals on fabric. We also open our warehouse to sell directly in our showroom and warehouse. And so some of the things that we have offering that we still have availability for, unfortunately the Paisley Park tour is sold out, that Mr. HP leads. However, some of these photos are from the warehouse tour and live show event, which is going to take place on Friday, live studio watch party. So you get to be a part of Happy Friday in the studio. And before that, I give you a tour of the warehouse. And of course, we have done this. We did this last year. But I tell you what, we have changed so many things in our warehouse now that there's always something new to learn. That they were learning how to fold fabric, and they were folding for us. And it was just a lot of fun. So here are some of the events that are still available. On Friday night, we are doing our FanFest Gala. This is, of course, a really fun event. And we just absolutely loved this edition last year. So this is a full gala. So we do a dinner, we play bingo, I do a little bit of a lecture. And of course, we just celebrate being together. Now, we do a show. There's a live performance. And this year, it's going to be the Women of Motown. Yeah, your new show. So
That's right.
that's going to be exciting. Last year it was the men of Motown.
It's the Minneapolis men. This year's the Minneapolis,
Women of Motown.
Yes, ma'am.
Love it, love it. Now, of course, then Saturday is our tent sale, and we will have some live music, some food, lots of deals, some stage presentations, and just a good old get-together. Good old get-together. Of course, a lot of shopping, fabric, and all kinds of other things. And the tent sale on Saturday is from 10 a.m. till 2. Now, what you have to sign up for, you don't have to sign up for the tent sale itself, you can just show up. But the other events, the Friday watch party and tour, and the Friday FanFest gala, those are the ones that we need signups for. The Thursday Paisley Park tour is unfortunately packed and full, sold out pretty fast. But the other ones, you can buy tickets on our website. And we only have about a month to sell the gala for, or less, because we have to give them our numbers, set time. And I think we have sold, I think it's close to selling out. We still have quite a few tickets, but we're excited how many of you are going to come join us. I don't know how many tickets we have for the tour and live show watch party. I'm not sure.
Not sure either.
No, but it's going to be so much fun. So if you're planning on it or if you're thinking about it, don't wait too long if you want to hop in on those events. Of course, just come and hang out, visit people in the showroom, visit with each other. We have on our website also, we have kind of a resource guide for if you need places to stay, other things to do in the area. Minneapolis is beautiful this time of year in September. And so hopefully not as hot as it is right now, but it's usually been just a really great weekend, long weekend. So we hope you join us. Which ones of you are already joining us? Already decided? Yes, I think quite a few. Quite a few. I love it. All right. Somebody's asking you questions in the chat about some purple groups and stuff. So you're going to have to answer that. But I think we are going to move on to our fabric. Now, we showed you the quilt hanging behind Mr. HP. That is one of the quilts in the new book, Once Upon a Strip, that is coming next month. But I have one of the fabric lines that I used for that quilt, and it is called Merrily on High. So we are full on holiday now, full on holiday, Christmas in July. So Merrily on High is a Moda collection. It is by Sweetfire Road. And I love this. So this collection I chose to be very, very classic Christmas. Very bright red, nice soft greens, and then these beautiful off-white creams. So even split 4 greens, and then we have 4 creams and 4 reds. And you can do all kinds of things with that. Now I use the greens and the reds for my blocks, and then I paired it with a light background for my quilt. But you can also use all of these in some beautiful patterns like Frida. How fun would that be? So we have this beautiful poinsettia. I love the pink in here. Just the addition of pink makes it feel a little vintage, but very classic. And then we have the holly with the berries. We have a really cute green pin dot. Nice, tiny pin dot. And an awesome diagonal plaid. Gotta love a diagonal plaid. So just with the creams and some light green and some dark green. Then we have a beautiful version of that same main print in the cream background. But because there's so much color going on, it really doesn't read as a light. You can mix it in. Love this bright red with the pink again. Little vintage bells in between. Just so cute. We have another one that is a low volume, but still lots of color with the birds and the trees and the bells. So cute, nice toss on it. We have another cream background, but again, low volume, but still a lot of color with the green holly. And the leaves or the berries are both the pink and the red. And then the third cream is the snowflakes in the green, in the red, and pink. So all that's left is a red colorway. Breaking it up a little bit with just a little bit of gingerbread men and some candy canes and cookies. So cute. You see that little vintage feel on it there. We have the plaid again, diagonal, and that includes a little bit of white and a little bit of green. So a really nice combo. We have the snowflakes on full red with white print on it, or off-white, I should say. And then last but not least, a really rich, bright tone-on-tone in the red with using the birds and the bells. I love this bright red. It is so nice. Look at that. Beautiful. So there it is, 12 pieces to this collection, to the bundle. And we have this in half-yard bundle, fat quarter bundle, and a little bundle. This will be really cute for a small runner as well. But the greens that I chose here, starting with a grunge, this is grunge Seacrest. This is kind of on the lighter side, pairs well with the lightest tones of green. And then I chose another tad bit darker. This is dry brush dusty green. It has both the lights and the darker tones in here. Love that one. For the low volume cream background, I chose to add another that has a little bit of action. Magic Dot Christmas. Same tone of, I want to call it off-white. It's not even cream, but it's an off-white. It's not full white. And if you wanted to have a clean background, this is a dry brush, grunge eggshell. And it's really just that pure tone of off-white, has just a tight bit of gray in it, but barely visible. Then going into our reds, and of course, bright red. This is Thatched Crimson. Love this color because it is so pure and bright and nice. Sometimes it's harder to find those pure, bright colors in basic fabrics. But then I also love this one. This is Dotty Thatched in the Scarlet. Because it has a little bit of those white dots, it pairs so well with these, and it also pulls out some of the darker tones of red in this print. So we have our basic colors here that are throughout the collection, and then I pulled some great accents. Now, first one that stands out is, of course, the pink. So I wanted to start with a darker version of the pink. I love that it has the flowers that remind me of poinsettia. So this is Floral Elements in the bubblegum. Perfect with those darker tones of pink. And then if you want it a little lighter, Dotty Thatched in the Princess. Light, and it has white in it, so it's going to read even lighter, but it looks great as an accompaniment, as an accent. For example, you can make the little algorithm table runner. This will be a great accent for that. Then I pulled a darker green because of the dark green here in the leaves. This is Grunge Holly. So just a little bit darker you could add it in, or you can use it as an accent or in blocks or anything like that. It's still gonna work with everything. Now, a couple of more. I couldn't help but see these little gingerbread men, so I wanted to include that color. This is Grunge in the Caramel, a really nice gingerbread color. It's like the perfect gingerbread color, isn't it? And then another darker. So if you wanted to do a dark accent, still I would stay in the warm. So this is Dry Brush Dark Chocolate. So it has really a dark brown, but it has a little red undertone to it. So it really looks great here. So this is our Merrily on High by Sweetfire Road. by Moda, but let me show you. I actually used this exact backing for my Rania quilt. This one is called Mistletoe and Holly Floral Cloud. And this is a Riley Blake backing, wide back, so 108 wide, perfect for this fabric. Another great one, if you don't want all that color, is the Poinsettia Green. So it's kind of a cream color with the green print on it, and that would be another great backing option for using this collection. But there it is, Merrily and High, the bundle with all of the accompaniments. In order for you to see which fabrics I chose to go with it, just find this bundle on our website, and it will list all of those 1 yards as options to go with it. All right, so that is our show. That went fast.
Wowza.
Yes, but we have a question for you, the giveaway question, and this one is fun. It's going to get everybody thinking. What toy did you love growing up? I don't know. This is a hard one. I had my bear. It's a big one.
What toy?
But I remember a toy that my parents didn't love that I got when I was born. It was a Fisher-Price clock made out of heavy wood that would play a song. You could crank it up and it would play a song. And that clock had been thrown here and there, sometimes by my parents, into my room. It had broken off a little bit, but it still works today. And I think that's a testament to those Fisher-Price toys.
Toy.
Did you have a toy?
I didn't really have a toy. I tore it up as soon as I could get it. So,
Well, you just played your mom's pots and pans. That was your
yeah,
toy.
my toy was banging on stuff. I didn't really.
My bike was, of course, a big one when I got my bike.
I
My first
don't
bike.
count that as a toy.
No, that's true. It's not really a toy.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was mine. Barbies, my Tiny Tears baby. Who had a Cabbage Patch Kid? I never got those. And they never made it to Iceland. Barbie doll, 1963. I did have Barbie dolls, yes. Etch-a-Sketch, that was fun. My little Lulu doll, Barbie and Ken. Fun. This is fun. It's going to be fun for me to read. But just answer the question in the comments, and you're automatically entered into our giveaway, which we will pull a random name from all your comments next week on our show, which takes place not July 14th. That's today. It's going to be
17th?
July 21st.
Oh.
July 21st
What about
at
Friday?
4 p.m. Central.
Is there a Happy
And
Friday?
There is a Happy Friday this week, and that is not going to land. It's going to land on July 17th. July 17th, Friday show, 12 p.m. Central, and then Tipsy Tuesday is going to be July 21st.
Okay.
So,
That's that.
oh, somebody said Easy Bake Oven. I never got that either. That never made it to Iceland.
My sister did get that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, Chatty Cathy, I've heard about that. That was a doll, wasn't it?
What's
Yeah,
this?
we did, obviously had different toys in Iceland. That's fun. Well, we are taking off on our little vacation. Yes, I know we were traveling, but that wasn't vacation, everybody.
No.
So we are off the grid for the next week or two.
Bye.
We are heading over to Europe,
See you.
and we will tell you all our travels, give you all the info on our travels
That was
when we come back.
It's always research.
It's always research. True. Oh, somebody asked me, is it research this time?
It's always research.
You never know. You never know. But you are in good hands. The show still goes on by our great team.
We got the best team.
Yeah, they are the best team. So they will hold it together while we're gone. So the show will go on.
Showed up.
But thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye, everybody.
Sunrise shining through my sewing room, coffee brewing, fabric in bloom, stacks of color lined up clean, living out that GE dream. Rulers and steady hands, turning yardage into plans, from Minnesota down to the seas. We're stitching joy with GE. Every cut so straight and true, confidence in what we do. I love quilting. G-Design sets me free. I love quilting. Stripology harmony. Line it up and let it glide. Watch those perfect pieces slide. Oh, I love quilting. Sewing community. Step into the groove, it's the place to stay. GE Designs got the Stripology way. Quilting with the beat, you feel that heat. We're the rulers of the strips, every inch so neat. Lay your fabric here, lay it right here. Cut it right there, cut it right there. Precision in the rhythm can't help but stare. From morning to night we cut and we care. Every quilt a masterpiece, nothing can compare. Home of the strip.